My mother and father were from Lebanon. My father came over in 1909 with his dad. He married my mother. They did not have formal education. In Mooresville, North Carolina, it was a small mill town. So you either worked at the textile mill or you had a small independent business. My father and his father started as peddlers, going house to house selling fabric, needles, thread, whatever people needed in those days, and ended up opening a small store. And the family, everyone was involved in the business. So I can remember, I had to be 5 or 6 years old, 7 years old, tell the difference in cartons of cigarettes or chewing gum. We worked all the time. We would go up on Saturday mornings and set up orders to be delivered by truck for the Monday shipment. It was just like, let's get it done. I was lucky enough to have an athletic scholarship, so I went to Duke University. In my last year, I had injured my neck playing ball and couldn't play any longer. So I had a full-time job as a clerk at a small brokerage firm. I used to write up the tickets when someone would buy a stock or sell a stock. I went to school at my lunch hour to finish up. And my father, even though I knew him, I really didn't get to know him until I got into college. And my dad passed away. It had a huge impact and left a big void. We didn't have a lot of money. My brother still ran the business, and when I would go home on a weekend or something, I would bring back candy bars, peanuts, pickled eggs, and usually on the weekends, people would come down to my room, and I had it for sale. So we ran a little business that way and made a little money. I'll never forget the other thing I did to make some money. At a major medical school, they would pay you to do experiments. And I'd go up and do experiments from psychological testing to going in a hyperbaric chamber, which was experimental back then. But I got $35 an hour, and that's a lot of money. After school, and I ended up in New York. In the first 5 years, I worked for 4 different companies. And then I went to work for Morgan Stanley. I stayed there for 29 years. This country gives you the opportunity to do whatever you want. Nothing's impossible. You can attain your dreams. We've all had failures, and there's nothing wrong with failing. There's something wrong with quitting. Just get back up and keep going.